Hi, how you doing? Welcome to this video. Welcome to this Thursday transmission. I'm filming this at around midnight. It's just gone Thursday. I missed my Thursday transmission last week, and it's because I've had a really busy performance period that I've just come out of, and it taught me something very pertinent, important, which I'm going to share with you today. And the message is around foresight, is around preparedness, is around anticipation. And this kind of anticipation, it really comes from living, existing, being in a state of timelessness, in a capacity to have awareness of both present, past, and potential future or current future simultaneously. Now, when you have this presence, when you have this awareness, it is much easier to see and to know what is coming up and to plan your time and your choices accordingly. Of course, this is not to be completely stubborn and attached to a particular structure or way of scheduling or organizing your time. And of course, depending on your energy type, all of this is very malleable. But when you know yourself, when you really know who you are and how you operate in the world, which comes from a lot of time in self-inquiry and introspection and observation, you will be able to see what your patterns are and understand how to work with your patterns to form the most appropriate schedule and to be as prepared as is required for whatever it is in your timeline that you are anticipating to create. This is actually a high-level combination of both right brain and left brain faculties. Why is it related to the left brain especially is that to be prepared, to plan ahead, to know what is coming is an analytical act. It is an organizational task. There is a lot of rationality behind it. Although one could also argue that there is reason or explanation within the realms of the right brain and the feminine as well. We simply don't understand what those reasons or what that organization or what that geometry is as of yet. Whatever the case, when we are connected to those organizational faculties within us, and we are also connected to those right brain flow state abilities, we experience a deep synthesis where we can move from organizational task and sense of timeline and sense of preparedness to I'm going to enjoy myself and flow within this period because I know that I have this space to flow. And then returning to organizational timeline and awareness of appropriate goals. so that all deadlines can be met, so that all work and responsibilities can be fulfilled, so that all creations can be created according to what is meant for you in your work and your life. So what is the number one thing which prevents us from engaging directly and embodying those higher levels of preparedness? Disempowerment. In whatever form. It might be the disempowerment of this more feminine aspect, or it might be the disempowerment of the more masculine aspect. And what does that look like? With the feminine aspect, the disempowerment looks like a lack of surrender, a feeling of I cannot be held by those moments in which I do not know. And so I might compensate by over-preparing. I might compensate by over-controlling, over-giving. And this comes from a fear of trusting, of being held. A fear that we will not be held, a fear that we might be betrayed. It's not necessarily feminine at all. It's universal, transcends gender, transcends polarity. And that leads to a kind of disempowerment, because when we do not trust that which is larger, or when we do not trust the whole, when we do not trust the plan, when we do not trust the malleability of the plan and the unknown, essentially we do not trust ourselves. We do not trust ourselves to be held. We do not trust ourselves to just go with it and to know that everything's going to work out, whatever it is. And how does this disempowerment look within these left brain faculties? It is, again, I would say, a kind of distrust of the self, but it does show up in the sense of not actually believing. There's a belief here, a strong belief here, of I am not capable of doing this. I'm not capable of such things. I'm not capable of the outcome which I desire, the outcome which I see for myself. I am not capable. I am unworthy. There is something wrong with me. There is something lacking within me. I will not fulfill what I know I am meant to fulfill. A lot of self-doubt comes through when we haven't unlocked and opened those channels for the power to just flow. So how do we transform this disempowerment? What do we do with it? What do we do? Say, disempowerment, I let you go. Disempowerment, it is over now. I call my power back. I call my power back. I call it back. I call it back. I call it back. I know it is mine. I know it is mine. I know that my empowerment and my preparedness, my awareness and my foresight, all of those things are my birthright. And so I call it back, I call it back, I call it back. I bring it home, I bring it home, I bring it home. I do it now. I do it now. I do it now. And it is done. It is done. It is done, my friend. Wishing you all the best on your way. Thank you for watching this Thursday transmission. And I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like the Elevated Expression coaching page on Instagram, Facebook, and I've also got loads of videos on YouTube under my name, Arunditha. You can search for it. I'm so grateful to be able to share this stuff with you, and if you made it this far, kudos. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, middle of the night, wherever you are.